Hi everyone and welcome to my craft room. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everyone who's left lovely messages and comments on the Facebook posts about the Love Lives Here card and the print that I did in the video last week. So over the weekend I've had a few messages and people have been asking if I can pop some of the designs into a card making format. So this is the duo topper sheet that I've done. So I thought I'd make a little card out of this for you tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down the sheet in half. So I'm going to take a sheet of 300 GSM cardstock and I'm just going to fold that back on itself, and then using the bone folder just crease that down. So I've trimmed off the sides to the topper, taking that edge to edge, and I'm just going to take off some from the top and some from the bottom. And I'm going to do a little bit of matting and layering on this, so I just want to make sure that I've got enough space right round. So I'm going to take a little bit more off here. There we go, and that should do it. Lovely. So first of all, we're going to go on with some silver mirror card. Going to pop that down with some double-sided tape. Take off the back. And pop that down onto the mirror card. Trying to make sure that I have it even around the outsides. I just want a little bit of a border. Just take a little bit off. It's always hard when I'm doing this with the camera on because I'm literally reaching quite a way over, so sometimes I'm a little bit on the wonk, you'll have to forgive me. So some more double-sided tape on this, and then I'm going to go and mat and layer onto this lovely glue. There we go. So I'm just going to pop that into the blue. And I'm just going to put this into a smaller bit. This is American cardstock, so it doesn't fit into my little A4 trimmer, which is why I've just had to cut it down to make it a little bit smaller to work with. So there's my matted and layered topper ready to go onto my card, and there's the card blank there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep all this and then I'm going to pop it onto the card blank. So I'm going to use the topper as it is for now. We'll set that on there. Right, and I'm going to take these 4 fabric sheets, a lovely denim, and I'm just going to take my little Fiskars flower punch this is lovely and sharp. I've just given a little bit of a sharp with some silver foil, aluminium foil, tin foil, depending on where you're from. So I'm just going to take my foam mat and then using my little ball tool, I'm just going to draw up the edges of the petals, turn the little flower shape over and give it a press in the centre, and that'll just give it a lovely little shape. So we're going to do a few of these. Now you could use whatever you've got in your stash. You might have dies that you like making little flowers with. I've got a lovely selection of dies, but I still like using my paper punches every now and then, so it all depends on what you've got in your toolbox. So when I'm doing flowers, I like to work in odd numbers. I'm going back to my flower arranging training, floristry training. The design always looks more balanced when you're working in odd numbers. And I tend to use that as a rule of thumb for most of my embellishments. So I've had my glue gun on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop one near to the centre. And one up here. And then some underneath. I'm going to pop one in the middle. And I'm going to pop down there. Right, so I'm just going to cut off that excess of card. I'm going to take my tiny little paper punch. And I'm going to do 3 for the top, 3 for the bottom. Right. And with these, I'm just going to give them a really sharp little press in the centre. And because these are smaller, I'm going to go in with some wet glue. It's just mixed media glue. It's really good all rounder, and this dries clear, so it's very forgiving. I'm going to pop one in here. And then looking at the other embellishments I've got in my stashes, I've got a lovely selection of tiny little gems. So I'm going to use a few of these, pop some out. And these are great for just adding a little bit of sparkle on the design. And I'm literally going to go around the outside of the foliage, just to add a little bit of sparkle. Go. And then I'm going to pop a few on the bottom. You can see them sparkling. last one. There we go. I'm going to pop some centres in the flowers here, and I think I'm going to go for a range of liquid pearls for the centres of the denim ones, and I'm going to go see what this new Stickles colour's like. I've not used this one yet, so we'll see what this is like in the darker blue. I'm just popping some little dot centres in, and all I'm doing is I'm giving the bottle a light squeeze after I've given it a good shake, and I'm just literally drawing it up just to create the little dots, and then some in the centre of the faux denim flowers, create a nice bead, and then when you're happy, pull up, and that'll give you a lovely rounded shape. There we go. So I'm just gonna have a little check, because usually with my cards, because I use a lot of hot glue, I usually have little spiders of the glue. So I'll try and take those off. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit more detail. So these are great because it's up to you how much detail you want to add, but I love using liquid pearls and creating different effects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the foliage and just add a little bit of sparkle with this. So I'm just literally doing tiny little mini dots just to create some added interest in the design. This is all ways of creating extra sparkle on your cards, but for the overall design to remain flat, so this can go in the post. And there's no uniformity to this. I'm just literally going round and making my little dots. And this will just create a little bit of shimmer and sparkle, so when you move the card you'll be able to see it. And then just to finish it off, I think I will add some, I'll add some of these beautiful Aurora Borealis flatback gems from Dreamies. Just add a bit of extra sparkle, and I'm just going to pop one in each of the corners. So going back in with the mixed media glue. And a lot of people ask how I do this with my fingers, with the gems. It is just literal practice. I do use a pick-me-up tool as well, which are great if you're just starting out using gems and you just want a little bit of extra help. They are really, really good for making sure you get the gems right where you want them. But I've got quite long nails, so I'm quite used to using the tips of my fingers to pick things up. So, right, hopefully you'll be able to see the sparkle on here. I'll wait for this to dry, get it mounted onto the card blank, get it glued onto there, and then we'll get this posted in the group for you. So thank you so much for the requests. I did the blue because that's what I was asked for, tealy blue. If you want any other colours, please just let us know. Drop us a message or comment on one of the posts and I'll get it sorted for you. Thank you so much again for all the lovely comments and shares and likes. It really, really is appreciated. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye.